Welcome back to MDG Media and the back final 9 holes for round 3 of the Belgian Open for FPO division. My name is Elias Luukkonen. I'm a little bit sick. I'm here with another person that's a little bit sick, Maxime Tange.
Yeah, as you can hear our voice, it's a bit hard today, but we are here for the back 9 of the Belgian Open final round. We have Anneli Tõugjas in the lead, 7 strokes ahead of Kaire Tekku. So yeah, let's see how she handles the back 9 more open, and yeah, let's enjoy this.
For sure, I think Anneli is trying to do the same. 7 strokes, that's a lot of strokes for 9 holes, and especially them being open. I think she's gonna be very comfortable with the lead and probably will just have to play her own game. Doesn't really have to think about that lead too much, as we're moving on to hole number 10, a hole that you definitely want to have at least a look for the birdie on. 175 meters. Really the danger of the tee is that right side OB, and even more dangerous on this one being that hazard bubble on the left side of the fairway. Most players trying to throw a hyzer just in front of that hazard, and from there it's really a basic approach, only 80 meters from there. Nice green, you even have a bit of an upslope before the green, so once again you can kind of crash into it.
Yeah, were you interested to attack there? Or, nothing about that?
I honestly think it's better to just play it short, because the approach is so easy.
And we are talking about women also, so my bad. But yeah, definitely one of the easiest birdie, or, one of the must take. Let's see, Anneli is in the middle of the fairway, and she will be in position to attack.
Yeah, same thing for Iilda, very conservative there, not even challenging the right side OB. I think the angle for the approach is a little bit better if you're further right, so maybe this from Invild. She would still love to be maybe 10 meters more to the right, but really all of those shots are in fine position. It's still a basic hyzer from there.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's not that bad, but as you are saying, the more right, the more straight, and you will have more of a look to the basket. But again, you just go with an overstable mid-range fairway driver, straight release, and then let the fade do the job.
Pretty high shot here, challenging those branches potentially, just landing a little bit short. Quite often do you see those high shots fading out a little bit early, even challenging the left side OB late. And Anneli here a little bit lower, but also not quite pushing it all the way to the green. I would love to see a more penetrating shot on one of the, upcoming 2 shots.
Yeah, let's be a bit more aggressive, and you can see how the 3 girls were packed. Same spot on the fairway and same problem. She was a bit lucky, she was a bit too high, but didn't end up into the OB area. And Kaire catching a bit of branch, slowing the disc down, but yeah, same spot as Anneli. Birdie look, you're looking for that.
Yeah, a little bit surprising there, as Iilda has a good run at the basket. A little bit surprising to see all 4 doing the same mistake of landing very short and left. Because really there isn't a lot of danger, even if you go a little bit past the basket. The bushes are not that thick, you're almost always going to have some sort of a look from there still.
Yeah, completely. You can be a bit too deep, there will be some options. The only thing you need to take care of is not to release too early, and that's tough for Iilda. That's the second one of the round. Early left. Oh my god. Yeah, and she's still fighting for that third spot with Invild. She needs to be careful, not letting some strokes to go away like this. And Invild is going for the par.
And I'm not sure about these players, but at least personally, as a player, this being the first tournament of the year, it was a little bit more difficult to focus all the way to the end. I feel like 3 rounds of competitive disc golf at the very start of the season, that's, quite a lot.
That's quite a lot when you have a break of, more than 4 or 5 months. That's the problem we have in Europe for the moment, so, I can understand that. the focus can't be there for the players, and yeah, we are working towards that goal, man. Hole 11.
Yeah, hole 11, another hole that you really want to have a look for the birdie on. Only 85 meters, playing slightly uphill. There's really nothing in the way of the basket up until the very last 15 meters, where you have a low ceiling and just a couple of trees to contend with. It's really all about just throwing something straight to the basket or a little bit on the right side, just as Anneli is trying to do. This is going to be challenging the branches. Couldn't quite see where it went, but usually those kind of shots stick to the branches and have like 10 meters left.
Yeah, I think the most important thing on this hole to me is to control your height. You know, if you go straight to the basket, it's so easy to just catch those branches and to be around 15, 16 meters. The best way to me as a local would be the hyzer, the low line hyzer shot and skip into the woods. I think that was Anneli's plan, but just too high, out of the hands. And the group is a bit struggling on this one. Looks pretty fine from Iilda. Perfect. And you can be stopped by those trees. It's pretty interesting. It's a mistake, man. Like hole 10, hole 11, you know, the entrance, you know, into the back nine is really important. You were talking about that into one of the previous rounds. It's really important to get the flow, the pace going, you know, by taking those two birdies. So yeah.
And well done by Invild there. A strong putt. You know, she's had some putting struggles. I feel like in previous rounds she was putting very strong. This round not so much. But everybody making a good putt here on this hole besides Kaire. And Anneli was actually well in the circle, so bit of a lucky break through the branches, taking advantage of it. And we ended up going 3 under. That's pretty decent for the hole.
Yeah, definitely. I think she's just in control. She just needs to enjoy those last few holes, avoid big mistakes. But apart from this hole, I think it will be all fine for her. So yeah, let's see.
Yeah, hole 12 definitely prone to having players make those big mistakes. Only 127 meters, so not very far for a par 4. But the first shot, the tunnel shot, is demanding. If you're off at all, you're likely to be kicking deep into the woods. And while I feel like the rough on this hole, it's partially really thick and partially not as thick, seems like your disc often finds the thickest spots in the roughs.
Yeah, like I'd say it's one of the hardest. If you compare it to hole 6 and 9, if you kick a tree and go, I'd say left side, you can be in deep trouble. It's really hard to get out.
And we saw Anneli throwing a great drive, kept it nice and straight. And Invild, even though that looks to be fading a little bit left, she's going to be in the inside corner. That's actually a nice spot to be, because from there you have shorter distance to the green. Maybe a couple of trees to contend with, but very manageable.
Yeah, definitely, as you can say. And the more you go forward, the further you are, the better, I'd say. Just fight, hit that gap, and have a look for the birdie. Really tough for Iilda, too early. And another good shot from Kaire, dead center. She will have downhill. Look to the basket. And as you can see, Iilda caught some trees, but she's still okay in the fairway, scrambling mode.
Yeah, I think if your drive is on the fairway, even if you're really short on this hole, you know, if you're on the fairway, you often have a great chance at par. And that was a nice looking approach from Kaire. Just didn't quite choose the line. You have either a straight look or you can go for the forehand hyzer, but you really have to commit to one of them. Otherwise, you're often hitting one of the 2 guardian trees.
Yeah, definitely. Straight option or forehand on the left side. There is those 2 trees in the middle. You just need to avoid them. As you can see, Invild is catching one of them. Iilda, yeah, committed to the right side gap. And a fortunate kick on that last tree. She would have gone down there to save a par, I think.
I think this might even be for birdie, yeah. That's a good run. Nice spin. I like Ingvild's way to putt those longer ones from circle 2, you know, that slight nose up. And that's a good one. Anneli not really needing a lot of birdies right now to be in the best position for the win, but getting even more strokes on the card.
Yeah, that's the leader comfort, you know. When you have a lot of strokes, you're just able to have your flow, and unfortunately Kaire is missing a really short putt. So it's a bogey for her.
Yeah, I think just inside the bullseye. Very rare to see misses from that range. Yeah, we're moving on to another hole. I feel like this is kind of starting the last stretch of holes that you would really like to get no bogeys on any hole following from here. Hole number 13, 75 meters, very short, very birdieable. Difficulty here being that triple mando gate that you have to go under. And really besides that, it's all about controlling the angle and the speed. A lot of times we see players either hitting the ground very early and being, 20 meters short or so, or if you get it a little bit too high with a little bit too much power, you're going potentially even to the long side OB.
Yeah, it can happen. And I think, it's more often, oh, wow, good drive. I thought it was too low. But yeah, more often you see, players going too low than just gliding too much and going OB far. Good shot from Anneli. Same for Invild. Very nice control. She will have 4 meters look for the birdie. Amazing shot.
Yeah, really nice height control there, and also angle to be able to, land the disc flat. I think that's important here. If you're flying all the way to the green, if you can land the disc flat, it's not going to skip that much. And Iilda will be a little bit short there.
Yeah, and as we can see, there is only one stroke now between Iilda and Kaire. Too many mistakes for the Estonian player on those last few holes. She's a bit in danger, losing her second place. And yeah, a good run from Iilda, just a bit too late. Good height. Oh, good height also for Kaire. 2 good attempts. And Anneli now with the flow. Okay. For the Turkey, just missed this one. She can afford that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, and she even hit that longer putt on the last hole, potentially kind of... I think, of course, it's a little bit of a weak mindset for me to have, but I personally feel if you're making a really good putt on one hole and missing a shorter one on another hole, it kind of makes up for an equal result.
I hear you. I'd say it's good, like now with that kind of mindset you can't trouble too much your own self, like you allow the mistake. It's good. I like it.
Moving on, hole number 14. A short par 4, once again 135 meters, this time also very open. Only thing you have to worry about off the tee is the OB line on the left and this mando pole on the right that you have to move left of. So anything left of the mando turning slightly to the right, following this path will be a good drive. It's such a short hole that you really don't need much more than 60-70 meters off the tee and still you can have a short approach. 2 basic shots, first turning right and then the second one turning left.
Yeah, that's right, and different layouts between FPO and MPO. We are directly out of the woods for the female players. I really like the shape of this hole. We were playing it back in the days as a par 3. But with the OB left, need to control. And a good shot from Invild. That's center. Iilda. Same choice. Back in. Oh, that's an amazing shot.
Yeah, really nice control. Even hitting the road flat and getting a forward skip. That's not gonna be a long approach. Only about 45-50 meters maybe from there. I feel like this hole is... You know, if you get your good drive, you really have just a basic shot from there. Although Kaire has kind of gone too far, you really don't want to be that close to the wood line.
Yeah, it makes the angle a bit tighter. I think it's still possible to go to the basket from there, but just less comfortable. And Iilda was able to put a bit of pressure, you know, on Kaire's shoulder. We have Invild now. Oh, that's too far. Yeah, and that's OB for Invild. And now we have that fight going on between Kaire and Iilda. High line. Not sure. Ah, okay. We have it now. So she's around, and Iilda will be able to go for the basket. We didn't see it. Maybe I missed it.
I think we might have missed Iida's approach, but judging by Kaire going first and Invild too going first, it has to be pretty good. That's a nice putt though, saving the par from the long side OB from about 9 meters. And yeah, Iilda here, only 6 meters for the birdie. Unfortunate miss there. Feel like her putting hasn't been the strongest this round. As you said, good putting technique, nice confident stroke normally, but just not hitting it right now.
Yeah, it's in the building for the future, I'd say. You know, a bit of pressure. She's still super young. It can happen to have a rough round. Easy peasy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You know, experience coming with time. And Iilda missing the opportunity to get back at Kaire. And on to hole 15.
Yeah, hole 15, much longer of a hole. This is the longest hole we have on the entire course of 201 meters. Very open off the tee. You have a wide fairway, really the danger being the left side OB. Ironically enough, you need to get your drive as close to the left side OB to open up your angle for the approach. But a lot of times people are playing to the middle of the fairway where they have to throw huge anhyzers from if they want to reach the green. We saw a great shot from Iilda doing that in round 2, being the only birdie in the field actually on this hole.
Yeah, and a really hard fairway to handle, super muddy. So for the run-up it's gonna be hard. But yeah, we see some sun on the frame, so let's see if it's still that hard. But good drive from Anneli, dead center. Yeah. Good shot, a bit short for Invild, but out there.
Yeah, both of those shots kind of in that normal drive territory where you're not really insanely far, but you're not also on the left side of the fairway, so the angle is gonna be tough. Compared to Iilda, she was flirting with that left side OB, but now her angle to the approach is gonna be very good.
Yeah, and Kaire is looking to do the same if she can have a skip. That's the shot you're looking for. Good control, good height. I like this one. A bit further than Iilda. And there is still that fight going on between those two. That's an amazing shot. Oh, I missed it from the catch cam, but amazing line.
Yeah, almost as good as in the last round. She's gonna have, I believe, a long circle 2 look from there. Anneli going with a forehand, very safe play. Difficult to reach the basket with a forehand as you have to go so far around the corner to the right. It's really backhand being the only shot that can park the basket from this position. Maybe actually from this position. Could park it with a forehand, but bad slip on the fairway. As you said, muddy.
Yeah, muddy fairway. It's really hard on this one. Unfortunate for Kaire. She will have to scramble from the trees out there. And Invild with a look. Long one, just a pitch up maybe. And Kaire is still able to go for the basket. Oh my. Good line. Good line, good scramble from Kaire.
Yeah, very difficult stance. Easy to early release from that stance or let it go too late. As looks like we're gonna have a lot of par looks on this hole. even Iilda just laying up for the par. Let's see if Anneli is going for it.
She should. Oh, wow. Good test. Good run from Anneli. She can again afford that. 11 strokes. Oh, and a good save from Kaire. Really important one. With Iilda pitching up there. Just putting some pressure. Really nice from the Estonian player. And a good cleanup from Anneli.
And the weather is looking amazing. This was kind of the time when, you know, personally I was, you know, kind of going outside to check the weather. It was so perfect. You just knew that the field was going to score good at this point. And moving on to hole number 16. Another short-ish par 4. This one being quite open too. So definitely a hole you would like to birdie. 151 meters. Off the tee you really only have one guardian tree in the middle of the fairway. If you can miss that with a good hard-thrown driver shot, you can fly all the way down to the sweet spot and have no more than only about 50 meters left for the approach. And depending if you're right or left on the fairway, you see players going for a right-hand hyzer or a right-hand forehand to the green.
Yeah, one of my favorite hole on the course. Really cool shot out of those woods. Good tunnel. And then out there you have two choices. Left side, usually with a forehand. Or skip or high line. Hyzer shot on the right side, depending on where you land. It's a bit high. Yeah, missing the branches. Good shot from Invild.
Yeah, that's well done. That's going to be in that, you know, kind of 60 meter range. No more than 60 meters left to the basket. Let's see if Iilda can rip it down the tunnel. This is too high. Maybe even a fortunate kick to kick only down, because if that went through all the way, it might have been challenging the left side OB, you think?
Yeah, I think she would have gone OB with that high release, and Kaire with a much more controlled shot. The best shot of the group. Yep, and she will have a straight look to the basket, left side. Perfect to put some pressure on the youngster. Okay, and she opted for the left side, and that's overcooked. Late release. Catching some branches. Yeah, she's in trouble right now. Knowing that Kaire can attack for the birdie.
And showing off the, you know, the ease of this hole, that even from these drives that hit the only tree in the fairway, they still had chances to get all the way to the pin. And compared to Invild here, of course, a much shorter, much easier shot, but she's also not parked. Gonna have to earn it from there.
Yeah, still some work to do. C1's edge, maybe 7-8 meters. And Kaire, important shot for her. Oh, wow. Okay, almost in. She will have 5-6 meters to fight with to gain at least a stroke on Iilda. And let's see Anneli. Yeah, she is just grooving right now.
Yeah, and getting a stroke on this hole is gonna be pretty big for the position, going for that second position, because hole 17 is difficult, but on hole 18 there aren't really many swings to be had, and that's a great birdie, a great putt. She will pull ahead into a still not a comfortable lead for the second place. Of course, you can have a two-stroke swing on 17, but it's much better than what she had before.
Yeah, and even hole 17, you know, is short enough, I'd say, for the FPO not to be too dangerous, I'd say. So let's see, 2 strokes is not that much, but I'd say it's pretty comfortable. Unless huge mistakes from Kaire, she should be able to keep her second spot onto hole 17.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, only 100 meters, a par 3. Playing pretty much on flat ground, maybe 1 meter downhill at most. The danger on this one being the OB on the right, OB on very far left as well, and maybe the sneakiest danger on this hole being that slope and OB on the behind of the basket. It's really not that common to see drives land to that long side OB, but if you have a very short errant drive and you approach, then you can find the long OB.
Yeah, not that common as you mentioned, and that looks awesome. I saw that shot with my own eyes. Amazing one, and she's just in position to keep the second spot there. Amazing shot.
Yeah, I think pretty much locking it in with that shot right there. She's not going to be losing a stroke on this hole, and on 18, to be honest, there's not going to be a two-stroke swing that often. Anneli there, kind of challenging the right side. She's going to be in the bushes there, but the bushes do have some good gaps if you go far enough, far enough in there.
Yeah. No worries on that right side. You usually just go through those branches and even have a look to the basket. And Iilda. So now 2 strokes, she needs to do something crazy now. And that's an amazing shot also. Entering the gap. Wow. The 2 players into the fight. 2 amazing shots. Pretty nice.
Yeah, that's really well done. And Anneli just pitching up to the basket. She has so many strokes. She could have honestly run that if she wanted to, but just opting to play it smart, potentially practicing for a tighter situation further down her career. And let's see Iilda here. Nice birdie.
Amazing birdie. That's a really nice one to take. So yeah, a bit of pressure on Kaire's shooters. She only have 4 meters to fight with, and that's good. Exactly what she needed. And still 2 strokes to Iilda, so no worries before the final hole of the tournament.
Yeah, I hope to see some highlights on that hole number 18, as Iilda is definitely in a position where she will be running it for the 2 even from further out. Hole 18, quite often for the FPO field you see players landing, 15, 20, 25 meters short on the right side, not really wanting to challenge the bushes on the left, but rather position themselves well with the gap. And hopefully from a good drive it's just an easy jump putt or a very short throw approach. And let's see some runs.
Yeah, let's see some runs on the second shot. The slope allows you to just go for it. So yeah, let's have fun on the second green, on the last green of the tournament. Kaire will be definitely in a good position to just defend the second spot. Unless a big roll or something on this green, she should be all fine. And I've seen Iilda doing exactly the same shot twice in a row, second and third round. A bit too short, trying to attack the green. And a really clean scorecard for Anneli, finishing the tournament. No mistakes, only pars, 3 birdies. She locked, she locked that last round in. Pretty nice to see.
Yeah, for sure, and I think her experience helping with that, this being a Disc Golf Pro Tour Silver Series, so the second highest tier we can have in Europe. But I believe she still might have felt like she had a bit of an edge over the field.
I'd say yes. She has more experience. Iilda is super young. Kaire still needs to work to, go for Anneli's level, I'd say. I would be pretty interested to see Anneli going a bit more to the US. She starts to have, the level of play to go there and travel and see what she can do.
Yeah, for sure, that could be interesting. Also for just the development as a player. We saw 3 half runs, half layups there, and Iilda there. Tough position, just having to pitch out. Not the easiest putt left here.
Now, last putt, 7 meters and amazing. Dead center, showing the technical skills she has to end of the tournament. Really nice performance in the end, and overall, just some mistakes, some short putts that she missed in this round. So yeah, I'd say she's just on an amazing slope, and she has a lot of room to improve. Let's see how it will go, man.
Yeah, and everybody on the card playing a solid tournament, staying on the lead card the whole way. But your champion, Anneli Tõugjas-Männiste, congratulations for the Belgian Open trophy. Great to see, and I think we'll see yourself presenting her with the trophy.
Yeah, I was not too ready for that.
2024 Belgian Open FPO champion, Anneli Tõugjas-Männiste.
Really nice. She deserved this one. Really nice performance throughout the entire weekend. Hope she enjoyed, man. And hope you enjoyed doing some commentaries with me, man. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it was a good time, and the tournament was very smoothly run. You know, of course, a little bit unfortunate with the muddy course, but everything else was really nice about the event. As we take a look at the final scores, of course, Anneli first, Kaire second, and Iilda taking that third place. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was an exciting event, and see you next week for the Copenhagen Open.
Can't wait for the first Elite Series in Europe. Thank you for watching, and see you there, guys.